The stars shone bright above a human exploration ship, the Aurora, as it drifted through the endless black of space. Captain Elena Marks sat in the control room, her eyes scanning the blinking monitors. The crew was tense but excited. Humans had never ventured this far. Every sensor, every light, told a story of discovery. "Captain, we are approaching the coordinates from the last signal," said Lieutenant Harris, pointing to the screen. The crew leaned closer. There, floating silently in the void, was a planet unlike any they had seen. Its surface shimmered with strange colors, green, purple, and gold. Mountains rose sharply, and rivers glowed faintly as if they carried electricity. "Looks alive," muttered Dr. Kim, the ship's scientist, a hint of awe in his voice. Elena nodded. "Prepare for landing. This could be our greatest discovery yet." The landing was smooth. The crew stepped onto the alien soil, their boots sinking slightly into a soft, luminescent moss. The air was breathable, warm, and filled with a strange, sweet scent. Birds, or something like birds, flew overhead. Trees with metallic bark swayed as if alive. "This place, it feels watched," whispered Harris, looking around nervously. Dr. Kim chuckled softly. "It's just a planet. Calm down. Let's collect samples." But no one noticed the dark shapes moving far above in the sky. Shapes that were far too large to be birds, glinting with strange energy. Hours passed as humans explored. They collected samples, took readings, and marveled at alien flora. Suddenly, the ground trembled. A low hum filled the air, growing louder. The sky darkened as giant alien ships emerged from the clouds. They were massive, towers of metal and light, pulsating with strange energy. What is that?" gasped Dr. Kim, stepping back. Elena's heart raced. "Everyone, back to the ship. Now!" Before they could reach it, a beam of light shot from the largest ship. It wrapped around the Aurora like a net of pure energy. The ship's alarms blared. Crew members tried to move the controls, but nothing worked. The beam lifted the ship into the sky, carrying them toward the alien fleet. The humans could only watch as their home, their freedom, vanished. Inside the alien ships, the crew was placed into small cages. They were surrounded by strange beings, tall, thin, with eyes that glowed like molten gold. The aliens moved gracefully, their long fingers touching controls and levers. They did not speak in a language humans could understand. "Where are we?" whispered Harris, his voice trembling. "Some kind of zoo," Dr. Kim said, horror spreading across his face as he looked at other cages filled with creatures humans had never seen. There were massive beasts with claws like mountains, glowing snakes that floated in the air, and tiny, clever creatures that seemed to communicate telepathically. The humans were not just prisoners, they were exhibits. Days passed. The humans were fed strange substances that smelled faintly like familiar food, but tasted off. They tried to communicate with the aliens, but every attempt failed. The creatures watched silently, their golden eyes judging, analyzing, controlling. Elena, determined and strong, refused to let fear paralyze her crew. She gathered them quietly. "We need to observe, learn, survive. One day, we find a way out of here." The humans started to explore their surroundings inside the zoo. They noticed hidden cameras, alien drones, and barriers that seemed unbreakable. Yet, through tiny cracks and vents, they saw something strange. In a distant enclosure, a massive creature stirred. It was humanoid, but its body was muscular, with sharp teeth and eyes filled with intelligence. It had been human, one of the first captured, perhaps, and something had changed inside it. Harris shivered. What is that thing?" Dr. Kim shook his head. "It looks like one of us, but not like us anymore." One night, alarms rang through the zoo. A loud, vibrating sound echoed. Humans in cages froze, staring at the ceiling. The lights flickered. Something was breaking free. The creature they had seen was gone. Its cage had shattered from the inside. A loud roar followed, a sound so deep it shook the ground and made the walls vibrate. The humans huddled together. Elena whispered, "Stay calm. Stay quiet. Watch." Through the darkness, shadows moved. The predator, human, yet alien now, prowled. It did not attack immediately. It watched, calculating, studying the other creatures. Then it struck, fast, deadly, imprecise. Within minutes, cages were empty, creatures slain or running in terror. The predator had become the apex of the zoo, more powerful than anything else in its domain. The humans watched in awe and horror. They had never seen such power, even in their own military. It was terrifying and terrifyingly smart. The next morning, humans were moved again to another part of the zoo. The alien guards were more cautious now. Elena noticed that the predator had left tracks, massive, clawed, and unmistakably human-shaped. "This thing, it's learning," she whispered to Harris. Dr. Kim nodded. "And it's teaching us something too. Fear, survival, adaptation. That's human. That's why it's unstoppable." Days turned into weeks. Humans observed, took notes, and planned. They were trapped in a zoo, but they were learning, studying alien habits, their weaknesses, and the predator's behavior. Through vents and hidden cameras, they saw how the predator moved silently, how it avoided detection, and how even the most intelligent alien guards could not predict its actions. Elena realized something terrifying but empowering. Humans had created something by surviving captivity, something that could rival the aliens themselves. One evening, while the humans were in their cages, the predator returned, not attacking, but standing outside the human cages, staring at them. Its glowing eyes locked with Elena's. In that moment, she felt an unspoken message. We can fight together. The humans did not yet know how, but they realized one thing clearly. Their world had changed forever. The predator was out there, the aliens were watching, and survival meant more than hiding. It meant thinking, adapting, and taking action. The zoo was no longer just a prison. It was a testing ground. And the humans were about to learn that sometimes the most dangerous predators are the ones you never expect, and sometimes the most powerful allies are the ones that escape first. End of part 1. Hook for part 2. As the alien zoo hummed with life, alarms suddenly rang again. Something was moving in the shadows, something bigger than the predator. Elena's heart raced. The humans had survived the first day, but this was just the beginning. "Whatever escaped, it's not done," she whispered, "and we have no idea what's coming next." The alien zoo was quiet, but humans could feel a tension in the air. Every step echoed strangely on the metallic floor. Captain Elena Marks led her team cautiously. Lieutenant Harris and Dr. Kim followed closely, eyes scanning every corner. The predator they had seen before was out there somewhere. Its presence haunted them, a mix of terror and awe. "Keep your eyes open," Elena whispered. "We don't know what's waiting in the shadows." The zoo was immense. Enclosures stretched endlessly in all directions, glowing softly with alien energy. Strange plants hung from ceilings like chandeliers, and small creatures peeked from dark corners, watching the humans with curiosity or hunger. Harris shivered. "I still can't believe we survived the first day. That thing, it could have killed us all." Dr. Kim nodded. "It's not just strong. It's smart. We have to respect that if we want to survive." Elena looked ahead. The path led to a massive area labeled with alien symbols. The humans didn't understand them, but their instincts screamed danger. Still, curiosity outweighed fear. They needed information. As they walked, they noticed broken cages and claw marks on the walls. The predator had already left its mark. The humans realized it was hunting, learning, and testing everything in the zoo. Suddenly, a low growl echoed through the corridor. The humans froze. The sound was deep, guttural, and strangely intelligent. It wasn't just an animal. It was calculating, watching. "There it is," whispered Harris, gripping a metal rod they had picked up as a weapon. A shadow moved quickly along the wall, eyes glowing faintly in the darkness. The predator was close, but it didn't attack yet. Instead, it circled silently, measuring humans like a predator measuring prey. Elena raised her hand. "Stay calm. Don't make noise. Let it pass." The predator stopped suddenly, its head tilting as if sensing their fear. Then, without warning, it darted forward. A massive swipe of its claw sent a crate flying across the corridor. The humans jumped back, hearts pounding. "Run!" Elena shouted. They sprinted down the corridor, dodging obstacles and broken cages. The predator followed, not mindlessly but carefully, testing their speed, their reactions, their fear. Harris tripped over a metal bar, landing hard. The predator paused, crouching like it was deciding whether to attack. Elena grabbed him, pulling him up. Move. Now. The humans finally reached a wider chamber. They looked back. The predator had stopped at the entrance, its glowing eyes fixed on them. Then, as suddenly as it appeared, it disappeared into the shadows, leaving only the sound of distant movement. Breathless and shaking, the crew huddled together. It's not just strong, said Dr. Kim. It's learning. Every move we make, it's analyzing us. Elena nodded. We need a plan. We can't just run blindly. We have to observe, understand, and use its behavior to our advantage. They began to study the zoo more carefully. Every corridor, every cage, every security drone became part of their mental map. They noticed patterns. The predator preferred dark areas, moving silently from shadow to shadow. It avoided certain zones, likely areas heavily guarded by aliens. Harris pointed to a ventilation shaft. If we use this, maybe we can move without being seen. Dr. Kim shook his head. It's risky, but it might be the only way to avoid a direct encounter. Elena made a decision. We follow the vents. Keep quiet and stay together. One wrong move and we're done. Crawling through the vents was claustrophobic and tense. The humans could hear the predator's movements below, soft but deliberate. Occasionally, a low growl echoed through the metal ducts, making their skin crawl. Suddenly, a panel above them clanged loudly. The predator had noticed. Its growl was closer now. The humans froze. Then, without warning, the predator leapt up through a broken vent cover. Its claws scratched metal, sparks flying. Elena shouted, swinging her metal rod. The predator dodged effortlessly, moving faster than any human could comprehend. It wasn't mindless. It was testing them, learning their strength, their weaknesses, their reactions. Harris tried to strike it, but the predator easily sidestepped, knocking him against the wall. The human stumbled, but Elena shouted instructions. Focus. Don't fight. Use the environment. They scattered across the chamber, causing debris to fall. The predator hissed, momentarily distracted. Elena led Harris and Dr. Kim into another vent. The predator followed, but paused at the entrance, its glowing eyes observing them. It let them go for now. Once safely hidden, the humans rested briefly. Elena studied the predator's patterns. She realized something important. It didn't attack randomly. It was strategic. It waited for the humans to make mistakes, to panic, to show weakness. We can't fight it head-on, Elena said quietly. We need to be smarter than it is. Use our brains, not just our strength. Dr. Kim nodded. It's like it's testing us, seeing if we're worthy or if we'll die in the process. Harris shivered. I never thought I'd be scared of something human, and yet it's more human than I imagined, smarter than the aliens even. The humans began to plan small traps, using parts of the broken cages, wires, and even alien tech they had learned to manipulate. They weren't trying to kill the predator. Yet, they were learning how it moved, where it struck, and how it thought. Days passed. The humans moved cautiously, always aware of the predator's presence. Sometimes they caught glimpses of it, a shadow disappearing around a corner, the flash of glowing eyes in darkness, the echo of a soft but powerful step. One night, while resting in a hidden alcove, Elena noticed movement in the distance. The predator was stalking something else, an alien creature far larger than itself. But instead of attacking randomly, it ambushed with precision, using the environment to corner its prey. Elena whispered, It's learning the zoo faster than we are. But notice how it uses intelligence, not just strength. That's what we need to survive. Dr. Kim nodded. If we can think like it, maybe we can escape. The humans finally made a bold move. They decided to explore the central control area of the zoo, hoping to find a way to unlock doors, disable alien security, or send a signal. They crawled through vents and side passages, avoiding cameras, drones, and guards. Suddenly, alarms rang. The predator had sensed them. It moved through the shadows with terrifying speed. The humans ran, barely avoiding its claws as it leapt from the ceiling. Elena shouted, Split up, use the side tunnels. The predator paused at the entrance, then vanished into the dark. Its glowing eyes disappeared, leaving the humans shaken but alive. After hours of running and hiding, they finally reached a room filled with alien consoles. Dr. Kim started studying the panels, trying to understand them. These controls, they might open doors, maybe even override security. Elena nodded. Do it fast. The predator can return at any moment. As Dr. Kim worked, the predator's shadow appeared in the doorway behind them. It didn't attack immediately. Instead, it watched, its head tilting curiously. Then, as Dr. Kim pressed the panel, lights flickered. Doors clicked open across the zoo. The predator hissed softly, almost an annoyance. Then it turned and vanished into the darkness again, leaving the humans both relieved and unsettled. Elena whispered, "It's not gone, it's waiting, watching, learning." Harris swallowed hard. Everywhere we go, it's one step ahead. How do we ever escape? Elena's eyes hardened. We survive by being smarter, faster, and braver. That's what it's testing. And we will not fail. End of part 2. Hook for part 3. The predator had shown its power, its intelligence, and its deadly strategy. The humans had survived, but only barely. Outside the vents, the alien zoo continued its quiet hum, filled with creatures that were both prey and test subjects. The humans realized one terrifying truth. The predator was not the only danger, and the aliens were more cunning than they had imagined. Survival would require courage, brains, and an unbreakable bond. Elena looked at her crew. The zoo is alive, and so is the predator. But it doesn't know everything yet. Tomorrow we strike back and show it what humans are capable of. The zoo is more than a prison now. To the humans, it had become a maze of threats, traps, and possibilities. Captain Elena Marks led her small crew through the dimly lit corridors, every step careful, every sound noted. The predator was out there somewhere, lurking in the shadows. Yet, for the first time, the humans were not running blindly. They were learning its patterns, predicting its movements, and preparing to survive. "Keep your eyes open," Elena whispered. "It's not just hunting us. It's testing the zoo itself." Lieutenant Harris nodded, his hand brushing against the wall for support. Dr. Kim was silent, scanning every panel, every flicker of light, every drone that moved above. Humans had realized something. The predator was like them, and unlike them at the same time. It had intelligence, strategy, and instinct that went beyond any alien or human they had encountered. "Maybe it's not trying to kill us," Harris muttered. "Maybe it's waiting for something." Elena gave him a sharp look. "Whatever it's waiting for, we can't waste time guessing. We survive or we die. Simple." The humans moved deeper into the zoo, passing enclosures filled with alien creatures of all shapes and sizes. Some were docile, others vicious, but none compared to Predator. They saw evidence of its power everywhere. Broken bars, claw marks, and creatures that fled in terror. Then, a sudden noise froze them in place. A large alien guard approached, scanning the corridor with a long, glowing staff. Elena gestured for the team to hide behind a large crate. The alien stopped directly in front of them, its glowing eyes scanning. The humans held their breath. The predator, silent as a shadow, appeared behind the guard. Without a sound, it struck with lightning speed, slamming the guard into the wall. The humans watched, hearts pounding, as the predator took down the alien with precision, then disappeared into the darkness as silently as it had come. Elena whispered, "It's helping us in its own way." Dr. Kim nodded slowly. "It's teaching us. Or maybe it knows we're the only ones who can survive in this zoo." That night, the humans found a hidden alcove near the central control room of the zoo. They were tired, bruised, and wary, but determination burned in their eyes. Elena set out their plan. "We've survived by hiding and running. That's not enough anymore. We need to strike, to take control, at least temporarily. The predator is out there, and it could help us if we play this right. We use its power and our brains to fight back." Harris swallowed hard. "We work with it? A human-turned predator?" "Yes," Elena said firmly. "It understands the zoo better than we do. It's fast, strong, and smart. We don't need to fight it. We need to align with it carefully." Dr. Kim studied the maps he had memorized of the zoo. We can lure alien guards into traps. We can open doors, disable security, and let the predator handle the rest. But timing is everything. Elena nodded. Then we move at dawn. At first light, they began their cautious advance. The predator was already nearby, its glowing eyes watching them from the shadows. It did not approach directly, but seemed to acknowledge their presence. Elena led her team slowly, careful not to startle it. The predator made the first move. A massive alarm sounded across the zoo. Alien guards scrambled. From their hidden vantage, humans watched as the predator attacked with brutal efficiency, taking out drones, guards, and barriers. Its movements were precise, almost surgical. Elena whispered, "Follow its path, move when it moves, hide when it hides." They did. Using vents, crates, and shadows, humans began to move with the predator's rhythm. It became a deadly dance. Predator strikes. Humans advance. Predator retreats. Humans adapt. Every step was tense. Every breath measured. By midday, they reached a central corridor guarded by dozens of alien sentries. It seemed impossible to cross. Then, the predator struck again. It ambushed from above, leaping from vents, tearing through guards, and creating an opening. Humans rushed through the corridor, hearts pounding. Dr. Kim whispered, "We are really doing it. We're surviving. Maybe even winning." Harris shook his head in disbelief. "I never thought I'd see humans and it working together. But it's incredible." The humans finally reached the control room. Alien technology lined the walls, glowing with strange energy. Dr. Kim immediately started scanning the panels. He discovered that some doors could be opened remotely, barriers could be lowered, and even so the alien cages could be unlocked. "This is it," Elena said. "We can create chaos in the zoo, confuse the aliens, and maybe finally escape." They activated the first sequence. Doors opened, alarms rang, and creatures began to stir. Some aliens ran to respond, while others froze, unsure of what was happening. The predator, seeing the disruption, appeared again. It moved among the chaos, selectively targeting threats while avoiding humans. Elena realized something. The predator was not just a brute. It was strategic. It understood the humans' intentions and was now indirectly protecting them while causing havoc among the aliens. The next few hours were a blur of action. Humans used vents, shadows, and open corridors to navigate the zoo. The predator struck repeatedly, taking out guards, creating diversions, and opening paths. For the first time, the humans felt a glimpse of hope. Harris whispered, "We're really doing it. We're not just surviving, we're fighting back." Dr. Kim smiled faintly. "And we've learned something important. Brains and instinct together are stronger than technology alone. Humans can adapt, and this thing is part of that adaptation." Elena nodded. "Yes, but we are not done yet. The aliens will respond. They will come for us, and we need to be ready." As night fell, the humans rested in a hidden chamber. They could hear the distant roars and growls of the predator, moving silently through the zoo, and the frantic shouts of alien guards searching for them. It was chaos, but it was chaos that worked in their favor. Elena gathered her team. "Tomorrow we push further. We learn more about this predator. We use its power in our brains to survive. And one day we will leave this place." Harris shivered. "Do you think it trusts us?" Elena looked at the shadows outside the chamber. The predator's glowing eyes appeared faintly in the darkness, watching, listening. For a moment, she felt a connection, a silent understanding. "I don't know," she said softly, "but it doesn't need to trust us. It needs us to survive, and maybe that's enough." Days turned into a careful rhythm. Humans advanced, predator hunted, and the zoo descended into controlled chaos. They learned to read the predator's movements, predicting where it would strike next. They avoided alien patrols and began unlocking cages, freeing other creatures that could be allies. The predator began to follow them more openly. It would appear to guide them, subtly nudging them away from danger, even protecting them in key moments. Elena realized something profound. Humans had created something unintentionally, but now it had become a partner, a force that could rival the aliens themselves. Yet danger was never far. Alien leaders began responding, sending waves of elite guards, drones, and hunters. The Predator adapted, the humans adapted, and together they began to turn the zoo into a battlefield, one in which humans were no longer prey. By the end of Part 3, the humans and the Predator had established a tentative alliance. They were learning from each other, combining human ingenuity with Predator instinct. But the aliens were watching. They would strike back with greater force. Elena looked at her team, eyes fierce and determined. We've survived this far, thanks to our brains and this creature. But the real fight is coming. The aliens will not let this continue. And when they strike, we strike harder. Harris swallowed hard. Do you think we can win? Elena smiled grimly. We don't just survive to win, Harris. We survive to change the rules. And for the first time, we might just be able to do it. End of Part 3. Hook for Part 4. The Predator had become an ally. The humans had found courage, strategy, and hope. The zoo was no longer just a prison. It was a battlefield. Outside, the alien leaders were assembling their forces, preparing a strike that could annihilate the humans and the Predator together. But Elena knew one thing. Survival was no longer about hiding. It was about thinking, adapting, and fighting smarter than any alien could imagine. The final confrontation was coming, and the humans were ready, more ready than they had ever been. The alien zoo had never been quieter or more tense. Every shadow seemed alive. Every flicker of light felt like a warning. Captain Elena Marks led her small band of survivors through the maze of corridors. Their hearts pounded in unison, but they had grown stronger, smarter, and braver. They were no longer just prey. Outside the shadows, the Predator moved silently, its glowing eyes watching over them. It no longer seemed hostile. It was strategic, almost protective. Together, humans and Predator had learned to synchronize their actions, turning the zoo from a prison into a battlefield. Elena whispered, "Today we end this. We take back control or die trying." The humans approached the central control hub, the heart of the zoo. If they could seize it, they could unlock all doors, disable security, and create chaos. Dr. Kim studied the alien panels, his fingers flying over unknown symbols. The system was complex, but humans had learned to adapt quickly. "They will notice us soon," Dr. Kim said, glancing at the monitors. "We need to move fast." Suddenly, alarms blared across the zoo. Alien leaders had detected the humans' movement. Guards poured into the corridors, tall, armored, and armed with energy weapons that could cut through steel. The humans froze. Then Elena shouted, "Positions! Predator, now!" From the shadows, the Predator emerged like a shadow of pure power. It leaped into the guards, claws slicing through alien armor. Sparks flew, screams echoed, and chaos erupted. The humans followed its lead, using confusion to advance. Harris ducked behind a console, firing a small stun device he had improvised from alien tech. "I never thought I'd see this. Humans and it working together." Elena nodded. "Focus, Harris. We finished this." The Predator was relentless. It tore through elite guards, but it did not kill indiscriminately. It cleared paths, herding the aliens into predictable patterns, creating openings for humans. Elena realized something. The Predator was thinking strategically, using its instincts like a weapon. Dr. Kim accessed the main console. "I can unlock doors and disable security, but it will take time." Elena glanced at him. "Do it. We cover you." The next few minutes were a blur of action. Humans and Predator moved in perfect coordination. The Predator leaped across hallways, knocking guards into walls. Elena's team used vents, debris, and alien weapons they had learned to operate. Every step brought them closer to control of the zoo. Suddenly, an alien leader appeared. A massive figure, taller and stronger than any they had faced. Its armor glowed with golden energy, and its staff pulsed with deadly power. "You are not allowed to survive," it said in a harsh, metallic voice. Elena's heart raced. "Harris, take the left flank. Dr. Kim, assist with the console. Predator, handle it." The Predator advanced silently. It attacked the alien leader with calculated precision, dodging energy blasts, leaping onto walls, and striking weak points that no human could reach. The humans pushed forward, opening doors and turning the zoo's own systems against the aliens. The central chamber was within reach. Dr. Kim shouted, "Almost there. Just a few more panels." The alien leader roared and slammed its staff down, creating a shockwave that threw humans and Predator back. Harris groaned but quickly recovered. Elena wiped blood from her brow. "We're not done yet. We survive together. We fight together." The Predator circled the alien, eyes glowing fiercely. It leapt high, landing behind the leader, claws gripping its armor. The leader swung, but the Predator twisted, using momentum and strength to slam it into the wall. Sparks and energy discharged everywhere. Elena saw her chance. She ran to the console, inputting the final sequence. The doors throughout the zoo unlocked. Security barriers deactivated. The alien patrols were confused and disorganized. With a roar, the Predator signaled the humans to advance. They moved like shadows, freeing other creatures from cages along the way. Some were docile, some dangerous, but every creature added chaos to the alien forces. Humans had turned the alien zoo into a battlefield, using alien systems, Predator strength, and their own ingenuity. Elena looked at her crew. "We do not just survive. We fight smart. That is what makes us human." Harris smiled through exhaustion. "And apparently Predator too." Dr. Kim chuckled softly. "It's learning from us as much as we are learning from it." The alien leader, furious and desperate, summoned reinforcements. Waves of guards, drones, and even more alien creatures surged toward the humans. The Predator growled, eyes flashing. It met them head-on, moving with unmatched speed and intelligence. Elena realized something vital. The Predator was now a symbol of human ingenuity and survival. Its strength was incredible, but its strategy and timing reflected the humans' own tactical influence. Together, they were unstoppable. The battle raged through the corridors. Humans used alien weapons and traps they had improvised. Predator cleared the way. Doors opened, cages released, and aliens were forced into chaos. Finally, they reached the central control core, a massive chamber filled with glowing panels and pulsating energy. Dr. Kim approached the console. "If I can overload the system, the zoo's defenses collapse and the aliens lose control." Elena nodded. "Do it. We cover you." As Dr. Kim typed, alien reinforcements poured in. The Predator roared, cutting a path through enemies, protecting the humans. Elena led her team, dodging energy blasts and striking when necessary. With a final keystroke, Dr. Kim activated the overload. Energy surged through the zoo. Barriers collapsed, doors opened, and alarms screamed. Aliens were thrown into confusion. The Predator seized a moment, leaping onto the alien leader, claws and teeth striking with unrelenting precision. The leader screamed, falling to the ground, defeated. Elena stared in awe. "We did it, we actually did it." The humans ran to the now unlocked corridors, free creatures following them. The Predator moved beside them, not as a threat, but as an ally, a partner in survival. They reached the exterior of the zoo. The alien ships hovered above, but the zoo was now in chaos. Its systems were failing. Guards scattered, drones crashed, and the humans had a clear path. Harris laughed, disbelief in his voice. "We survived, and this thing helped us." Elena smiled, wiping sweat from her brow. "We survived because we worked together, adapted, and fought smart. That is what makes us human, and that is why we are never truly prey." Dr. Kim looked back at the zoo, now a battlefield in ruins. "It's over, but the Predator, it's free now, uncontrolled. What happens next?" Elena's eyes narrowed. "It doesn't matter. We survived, and someday the galaxy will remember humans survive, and we survive smarter than anyone thinks." As the humans boarded a small escape ship they had found in the chaos, the Predator watched from the shadows. Its glowing eyes met Elena's one last time, a silent acknowledgement. Then it vanished into the dark, free, powerful, and untamed. The humans lifted off, leaving the destroyed zoo behind. They looked back at the chaos, at the alien structures, at the ruins of captivity. And for the first time in weeks, they felt hope. Harris sat down, exhausted. "Do you think we'll see it again?" Elena stared at the stars. "Maybe, maybe not. But one thing is certain, humans survive. Always." And as the Aurora drifted into space, leaving the alien zoo behind. The galaxy itself seemed to tremble, for something had changed. The predator was free, humans had survived, and the rules of the universe had shifted. No longer prey. Never prey again. End of Part 4, Epic Conclusion. Humans had escaped captivity. They had survived the predator's test. They had turned the hunter into an ally, using intelligence, courage, and adaptability. The alien zoo lay in chaos, and the humans had proven something vital. Brains, courage, and adaptability make humans the apex of survival. The predator was free, but the humans were stronger, wiser, and ready for whatever came next. The galaxy had changed, and humanity would never be underestimated again.